Yeah, good morning, everyone. Good morning today. Welcome to another episode of All Things Review. So today we're looking at leak proof that Blake Lively cheated on Ryan Reynolds. I don't know if this is true, but let's see what they're saying.
We always tease each other. He was, after I gave birth, he was like, oh my gosh, if I lost you and I, went to the park with our three kids, I mean, think of the ladies I can. This is a horrible thing to say.
I mean, honestly, the way that I get into a character is through their style. So it was more about who Lily is that was so fascinating to me.
Hey there, drama fiends. Madison Star here, back with another scorching installment of Hollywood Meltdown Central. Grab your favorite mug, because trust me, the tea we're about to spill is hotter than molten lava on the 4th of July. If you've been following the Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni fiasco, or is it Justin Baldoni versus Ryan Reynolds? Or maybe it's Blake versus her own rumored hidden desires? Honestly, it depends on which corner of the internet you're lurking in. This saga has more angles than
I like how she said it like that. There's so many angles to this story. It's like a four-way. You have Blake, Justin versus Taylor, Justin versus Ryan, Justin versus Blake, Blake versus herself, Ryan versus Blake.
geometry textbook. But let's just say the meltdown is real, the stakes are high, and nearly everyone's reputation is teetering on the edge. But hold up, before we dive headlong into this swirling mess of lawsuits, alleged crushes, and possibly vengeful spouses, do me a quick favor. Smash that like button and hit subscribe to keep this channel alive because, honey, your clicks are the oxygen I breathe. All right, seatbelts on, beverages at the ready. Let's break down how a once innocent movie project turned into a behind-the-scenes meltdown featuring scandalous texts, hush-hush footage, and a gag order that might seal everyone's lips. This is Tinseltown, folks, and the drama is wilder than a reality show crossover. Let's start at the top. Blake Lively, the queen of snarky comedic timing, dazzling red carpet looks, and that golden aura that's half goddess, half soccer mom. She's been known for her wit, her perfect hair, and of course, her power couple status with Ryan Reynolds. A man so adept at comedic roasts, it's basically an Olympic sport. But recently, she's got folks spitting out their lattes with a new rumor. Could she have had a thing for her co-star Justin Baldoni? And is that thing the real reason behind her sensational lawsuit claiming he harassed her? Because yes, it looks like the entire Justin harassed me, oh my God, I must go to court storyline might be overshadowed by a far juicier tale, that of a star wanting something she couldn't have and turning vengeful after rejection. Or at least that's the rumor swirling in certain corners of the internet. Add to that the possibility that her beloved hubby Ryan discovered these alleged feelings and decided to wage war on poor Justin to preserve his matrimonial bliss. Talk about a Hollywood chessboard. Now let's shift our lens to Justin Baldoni, the nice guy, known for heartfelt emotional projects, the dude who typically melts hearts by bringing sensitive love stories to life.
She said, just read it, because I was looking for movies that could be commercial and speak to the human experience. And
Were you reading romance novels?
And I had never read a romance novel.
Never?
And she said, just trust me, read it. So I read it, and by the end of the book, I couldn't even read the text on the page because I was crying so much. My wife was in bed next to me, and she's got snot coming out of my nose.
By all accounts, he was the champion who first scooped up the rights to Colleen Hoover's It Ends With Us, intending to produce a film tackling DV issues. He seemed like a stand-up, mindful, easygoing partner in artistic crime. Then, somewhere down the line, Blake swoops in, headlines swirl, and next thing we know, Justin's battling allegations of improvisation intimate scenes without a heads up. But here's the kicker. According to Justin's camp, they've got texts, phone logs, and behind-the-scenes footage that paint a starkly different picture. One where Blake was the orchestrator of these steamy sequences, bypassing official intimacy coordinators, and maybe, just maybe, catching some real feelings. Justin's side says he's the victim in all this, especially since he claims to have turned down her alleged romantic overtures. If that's not enough drama for you, wait until we toss in Ryan Reynolds possibly jealous guarding his wife, because that's how big blockbusters are born, right? Let's examine the rumor that's practically got the internet in a chokehold. Blake might have developed a serious crush on Justin during filming, and when it wasn't reciprocated, she unleashed a meltdown of epic proportions. Could that be the true impetus behind her lawsuit? Some corners of the gossip mill absolutely think so. They point to certain clues. Blake's approach to romance. She's known for loving romance, both in real life and in film, as she's said in interviews. And she's had a pattern of forging close relationships with co-stars. Like that time she was with Penn Badgley on Gossip Girl, and the iconic moment she hopped from one film set fling to the next, ultimately landing Ryan Reynolds. The behind-the-scenes footage. Friedman, Justin's attorney claims it shows Blake practically choreographing every move in an intimate scene, down to how Justin should position his face. Usually an intimacy coordinator would do that, but apparently Blake insisted on being her own coordinator. Could it be that she got way too into these romantic moments, forgetting it's all pretend? I'm thinking SCLC Ramon Friedman, her complaint about Justin, she claims he smelled her neck or something similar out of character, but Friedman's camp says it was a quick comedic moment, possibly after Blake apologized for a heavy spray tan smell. Another example of a scene that might have been misconstrued or inflated to push the harassment narrative. Let me be extra cautious and say none of this is confirmed, and the disclaimers are flying left and right, but the rumor swirl is real, and if there's one thing Tinseltown watchers love, it's a salacious rumor about love unrequited.
So it's a bit of
That's pretty funny. When she said, have you ever watched Game of Thrones? I'm Khaleesi and Ryan and Tiller are my dragons. Yeah, that's pretty funny. That Game of Thrones meme.
Is real, and if there's one thing Tinseltown watchers love, it's a salacious rumor about love unrequited.
It's a bit of a tough adjustment in our house, but it's good. I mean, I have two other daughters, so my oldest is very into the baby, but my middle child, not so much. But we're thinking of keeping her.
Does she play with her? What does she think?
Well, she sort of pretends to play with her. So in the beginning, our oldest is loving on her, and she's very maternal, and then our middle daughter is just keeps away from her.
So how does Ryan factor in? Rumor has it he discovered or suspected that Blake was getting too cozy with Justin. Maybe her method acting turned into actual feelings, or maybe a text from her phone popped up, Justin's name in hearts, we can only guess. But the rumor says Ryan, horrified at the prospect of losing Blake the same way he got her from Scarlett Johansson, allegedly orchestrated a legal nuke to bury Justin. Yes, it's a classic you lose them how you get them scenario, according to the rumor mill. Some fans recall that Ryan was indeed married to Scarlett Johansson when he met Blake filming Green Lantern, and the two ended up together after. So is Ryan petrified of history repeating itself with Justin in the picture? Possibly. The rumor says he's bent on burning Justin's career to ash for daring to be the new threat. Real or not, it's a sizzling storyline fans can't stop talking about. We can't forget the other Meltdown star, Colleen Hoover, the beloved author of It Ends With Us. She was once all about Justin, praising him for capturing the heart of her DV-themed novel. Then, after swirling controversies, she posted something glorifying Blake. You're the best, so honest, so kind, etc. The fans, they were not having it, especially once Friedman leaked evidence that might suggest Blake's complaint is shaky. Suddenly, poof, Colleen's entire Instagram is gone, reminiscent of that friend who leaves the group chat when drama intensifies. She's done this before, yes. The last time was when the film's marketing fiasco blew up in her face.
When you order fresh and reliable groceries from
These
Voila
commercials. Sorry, guys.
you spend less time worrying about shopping and more.
So is this a pattern? Possibly. The question is, does she regret taking Blake's side against Justin, or is she just allergic to confrontation? We might never get a clear statement from her because her account's offline. Bam, 2 million followers left in the dark. Let's highlight some key points from the original complaint vs. Friedman's receipts. Blake's claim, no intimacy coordinator was available, leaving her to feel cornered when Justin spontaneously amped up scenes. Friedman's retort, Blake refused the coordinator and was effectively directing the romance herself. Blake's claim, Justin called her hot on set while she wore a onesie. Friedman's retort, he actually said the weather was hot, referencing a sweaty environment. She misconstrued it. Blake's claim, Justin smelled her neck out of character, making her uncomfortable. Friedman's retort, he corrected her about a tanning spray smell, which she apologized for, no biggie.
We always tease each other. He was, after I gave birth, he was like, oh my gosh, if I lost you and I, went to the park with our 3 kids, I mean, think of the ladies I can. This is a horrible thing to say. And he's like, I've got a long list. And I was like, oh really? Because I just have one on my list. I don't have anyone on my list.
And it wasn't funny anymore.
No, it's so much more of a burn. He's like, wait, who? And I was like, all right, think of someone.
Right.
Tom Newhart, I don't know.
Blake's claim Justin forced talk about finishing intimately. Friedman's retort, actually, Blake initiated the entire conversation about not wanting it to look like PN. On paper, it's a comedic tragedy. Each side whips out contradictory facts, leaving neutrals stuck in the crossfire. Friedman repeatedly says the footage will speak for itself. Meanwhile, Lively's camp is demanding he hush up so they can litigate in actual court, not the court of public opinion. Because trust me, the public's opinion is on full blast. In the face of Friedman's daily revelations, a noticeable chunk of fans are switching from Team Blake to Team Justin, or at least to Team Confusion. The Blake Lively is a bully, manipulative, and super spoiled narrative is circulating widely. People recall old rumors, how she stole Ryan from Scarlett, how she clashed with certain co-stars, how she can be bossy behind the scenes. Maybe it's all rumor, but it's certainly taking root now. However, let's not ignore that some fans remain fiercely loyal to Blake. They say Friedman's a pro at spinning stories, that none of his receipts disprove her perspective, and that yes, improvised closeness can still be harassment even if the footage looks chill. One can't help but see parallels to past Hollywood meltdown cases, where watchers pick sides based on the likability factor of each star. Right now, the tide is turning somewhat against Blake. One of the funnier aspects, Friedman claims Blake even called Ryan and Taylor her dragons, referencing Game of Thrones. She texted Justin something like, I'm Khaleesi, I have a few dragons who protect me, presumably warning Justin not to cross her. If that's real, We might need a fan artist to depict Blake as Daenerys, with Ryan and T Swift as her fire-breathing beasts. Because that's comedic gold, but it also underscores the vibe that Blake sees herself as a power broker, able to summon big names to overshadow Justin if he doesn't comply. Again, Friedman sees this as intimidation, while Team Blake sees it as an inside joke. Maybe both. Either way, fans on social media are cackling about the Khaleesi illusions, joking that Justin's about to get burned by Targaryen-level aggression.
It's based on a beautiful, really important book, and it's about a young woman named Lily who confronts the generational cycles in her life and breaks them and ends the circle. And I hope people find it inspiring, and yet also, it's a film about a heavy topic. It's about domestic violence.
While some rumors swirl that Ryan's quietly pulling the strings, others say he's just supporting his wife's emotional meltdown. Freeman's side claims Ryan is definitely fueling the lawsuit, maybe out of jealousy that Blake was swooning for Justin. According to that narrative, once Ryan realized Blake might slip away, just like she did with him from Scarlet, he decided to nuke Justin's career. Is that an accurate depiction? Hard to say, but it's a compelling soap opera wavy angle the fans can't resist. Scenes from the rumor revolve around Ryan discovering suspicious texts, blowing up at Justin vowing to destroy him, the stuff of tabloids for sure. Back to the main event. The gag order request. Lively's lawyers penned a multi-page letter to the judge lamenting Friedman's harassing statements and selective leaks. They mentioned Friedman's ongoing online campaign. Friedman, in turn, calls this an attempt to muzzle Justin's side so they can't reveal the truth. The letter also cites Friedman's rumored plan to launch a website archiving every message, video, and document that quashes Blake's claims. The Lively team frames Friedman's actions as unethical, referencing rules that say lawyers can't risk prejudicing an ongoing case by flooding the media. Friedman retorts that his client's image and livelihood are at stake, so he's obligated to set the record straight. The judge's ruling on the gag order might shape how far Friedman can go in defending Justin in public. Meanwhile, the tabloids drool at the possibility of more juicy leaks. Friedman also points to a 2024 New York Times piece that, according to them, defamed Justin so badly he lost 3 jobs and hundreds of millions of dollars. They say Justin's release of behind-the-scenes footage is simply reclaiming his reputation. That's why this meltdown feels layered, not just a two-person spat. Because if Justin truly lost roles over Blake's allegations, Friedman's public counteroffensive might be his last-ditch effort to salvage a career. The Lively side calls this a smokescreen, ignoring that Friedman might be twisting context. We in the peanut gallery can only watch, enthralled. Back to Colleen for a moment, because her vanishing act is too big to ignore. This is reminiscent of earlier times, when fans hammered her for pushing a cutesy marketing approach for DV's story. She apologized and receded from social media. The cyclical pattern. She hypes.
Yeah, this is a good summer so far, a very good summer. Credit to the author here. So Madam Star, yeah, great summer.
A project, meltdown ensues, fans rage, and Colleen ghost. This time, the meltdown might be bigger, so her flight reflex is correspondingly intense, shutting down a 2 million follower account.
Great content creation here, Madam Star. A great job.
Some fans see it as cowardly, others say it's self-care. Either way, it's a testament to how toxic the environment has gotten. Perhaps she regrets endorsing Blake as the perfect human, just as Friedman's receipts undermine that angelic portrayal. So how does It Ends With Us move forward under all this drama?
A lot of it's my real life clothes or my husband's clothes or my girlfriend Gigi's clothes. I was borrowing some.
Wait, that's kind of amazing. So you have something of Gigi's in the movie.
Yeah, it's like a wedding, like something old, something borrowed, something blue, something new.
Wait, which one? Now I want to think of the scene.
Oh, I'm wearing her stuff all over it.
Oh, really?
Tons of like Bodhi, which is with the suit now that I'm wearing is Bodhi. It was meant for my husband, but I borrowed
that's
it.
his suit?
It was meant for him to wear, but it's so pretty. Look at it. You guys are not getting it in the shot.
The film is supposed to be about serious DV awareness, but ironically, the public only sees salacious gossip about flirty text messages, leaked behind-the-scenes lip smacking, and big lawsuits. Possibly the marketing team is losing sleep by the boatload. Could the meltdown overshadow the core message entirely? Probably yes. Or maybe to lure people in, turning the final product into a curiosity phenomenon. Which steamy scenes were improvised versus script? Where can we see the tension? Producers must be biting their nails. Meanwhile, Friedman's threatened more footage, which...
Yeah, I think all publicity is good publicity. I think so. The first movie did, so this Ends With Us, it did 380 million, compared to Deadpool that did over 1 billion. But I think with this scandal, we might be able to get to around 600, 700 million. So, I mean, all publicity is good publicity, right? I think drama sells.
could blow up the meltdown further. If the gag order fails, we might be in for a never-ending drip of Justin's gotcha evidence. Y'all better keep a big bowl of popcorn at the ready. Now, let me pivot to you, dear watchers. Is Blake actually scorned over an unrequited crush on Justin, or is that rumor just a sensational distraction? Did Ryan truly fear losing his wife the same way he met her? Is Friedman a knight in shining armor or an opportunist milking the scandal for maximum drama? The meltdown thrives on uncertain lines. In the comment sections of various social media platforms, folks are polarizing. Team Blake says harassment is real. Team Justin says she was a willing participant. Team We Just Want the Movie says please sort yourselves out so we can see the story. The only universal consensus? This meltdown's got receipts for days and we're all in 3 plausible outcomes. Gag order granted. Friedman forced silent no more. Gotcha footage leaks. The meltdown might recede from the tabloids, focusing on court, though fan curiosity lingers. Gag order denied. Friedman continues unveiling a trove of text, unleashing further reputational havoc for Blake. Possibly more defamation or countersuits. Surprise settlement. Everyone quietly agrees to hush up with big payouts and hush deals. Then the film might quietly release next year, overshadowed by memory, but not fresh controversy. But with personalities like Friedman and a Tinseltown
No, I
flick.
think she's wrong there. The film is already released. So I'm not sure where she got it. I think the film is already released. I think it's already on DVD and well, streaming. I'll just confirm after this.
Flair for theatrics, I doubt we'll get a quiet resolution because where's the fun in that? All right, gorgeous watchers, that is your extended dose of.
All right, so let's confirm. Uh, yeah, so let's just look at the box office numbers. So film was released 2024. Domestically it did 1 point, sorry, um 148 million, international 200 million, open weekend 50 mil. So it did well on a budget of 25 mil. Wow, wow. Wow, that's like 12x actually. Wow, that's pretty good. I'd say yeah, 14x. Okay, 14x. Wow, that's a pretty good return. Let's see on streaming platforms. Okay, so it's already released on streaming. Let's see. This ends with the streaming revenue. Let's see if the streaming revenue went up. Mm-hmm. This ends. Streaming revenue. Let's see. So this is the latest article. This is the Hollywood Reporter. Mhm. Trying to find that correlation, but right now there's no correlation of the drama increasing those revenues. I'll look into it a bit more. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. All the best on this work day. Feel free to subscribe. All right, peace out.